Welcome back to the Starketer. A new week means a new instalment, and we are on to episode 4. Now, this week we're going to be wrapping up the basics. So we've been covering this over the past few weeks, really some of those key activities that we're going to look at doing as we're building up the function. So these are going to give us a really strong foundation for growth moving forward, not just within marketing, but across the business as a whole. Now, the last key part of the puzzle for this basic series is actually linking back to episode 2, where we talked about defining your purpose and really understanding what success looks like. So our key activity this week is making sure that we track each and every one of our key metrics. Now, this may be something as simple as conversions, whether that is demo requests, callback requests, downloading a resource, whatever that may be. Tracking those conversions ultimately allows you to prove the impact and the success you're having. But it's not just limited to things like conversions. We can also use tracking to test messaging. So maybe we're doing A/B split testing across a new homepage or a new email newsletter, whatever it may be. By tracking and testing those key metrics, we can really begin to understand what's right for us. Maybe it's even the channel. It might be LinkedIn, it might be Instagram, it might be paid ads, it might be print, whatever it is. Only by tracking those key metrics and linking them back to success can we begin to really understand what's working for us. And at the start, oftentimes budget's pretty tight. So by understanding our metrics, keeping track of them, testing what works, we can really make sure that we're getting the most from the money we're putting in. Now, linked to that is our key learning for the week. Now, this is one that I picked up on a marketing meetup webinar. Phenomenal community, really love everything they do. Really can't recommend them enough, so go check those guys out. But on this week's webinar, the host Brian E. Thomas came up with a really cool idea actually. And that was that we shouldn't necessarily outspend our competition, but we should outthink them. So linking back to those metrics, when we're thinking about how much money we're spending to achieve a conversion or a site visit, whatever that may be, perhaps we don't need to outspend the competition to achieve that in a competitive situation. But what we do need to do is outthink them. So how can we perhaps use our budget to more effect to get the same or a higher number of conversions than we would if we simply just plowed loads of money without really thinking about it? And I think this is really important, especially at the start of a function, because as I said before, resource can often be tight. So we maybe don't have the budget to start a financial bidding war with an established competitor. But what we can do is we can outthink them to then disrupt that market to our effect. Now, the last part of the episode this week is going to be all about what our inspiration is. And today I've chosen Cards Against Humanity. Now, that might seem a little bit left field, but what I really found inspiring from them and their marketing in general is their commitment to the brand. So I saw a post on LinkedIn this week, which was all about how they're so consistent, even to the point that their FAQ page is exactly how you'd imagine it. So it's definitely not PC, and it's definitely a little bit close to the cut. But if people who don't like that get offended by it, they're not that bothered because they probably wouldn't be the right client for them in the first place. But what it does do is it really hammers home exactly what they're all about. So key fans of the game and of the company in general get that same experience even when they're just finding something as simple as what the rules are. And I think that's really important, and something that inspired me to try and take forward is make sure that your brand and tone and message is consistent throughout. So no matter how your clients interact with you, they're getting the authentic you. Now, thanks for watching this week. Next week, it's actually my 3-month anniversary at Anthill. So I'm going to be doing a bit of a reflection episode covering some of the key successes, some of the mistakes, and ultimately what I can learn. And maybe we can all learn together to push forward into our own marketing endeavors. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you then.